Hello and welcome to the video lecture on Introduction to Arrays. Now let us first discuss what is the basic concept of an array. So array is nothing but it is a collection of a multiple data of the same data type. So if you want to consider an example, then actually we can have an array of integer type data, or you can have an array of a float type of data. So uh, when you collect or when you want to store the same data type of elements, then it is that structure is basically termed as an array. So we can say that array can hold only same data type elements. So whenever you initialize any array, then the continuous memory locations are allocated for the elements of an array. So we'll see this part in detail. Now these arrays are classified based on the different parameters. So the first parameter is on the dimensions. So the in under that the first uh, type of the array is a single dimensional array. So the meaning of single dimensional array is which is having only one dimension. That means it is used for the data which has only one reference. So one of the example of single dimensional array is if you record the rainfall levels on different days, then it can be considered as an example of a single dimensional array. Second type is two dimensional and multi-dimensional arrays. So if it has multiple dimensions or two dimensions, it is called a two dimensional array, and if it is a multiple dimensions, it's called multiple dimension. So it is required for the data which has a multiple reference, and the best example of this two dimensional is a matrix. So matrix has a two references, rows and columns. So this is a one type of classification. Another type is based on the different data types. So the first is a integer type data. So it is an array of integer type of data. Second is float type, which is an array of float. And third is a character. So it is used to store normally the sentences or the words, which we call it as a string. Now the important part is how to declare the single dimensional and the multi-dimensional or two-dimensional arrays. So here is a declaration part. So the syntax for declaration is given like this. So first data type followed by array name and then array size. If you want to create or generate an array of an integer, then you can give the example as integer a and array size is 10. So that means here you can store 10 elements in this array whose name is a, and the type of these elements is nothing but an integer. So data type of the array is integer in this case. Or if you want to generate the array of character, then in that case this data type will be char. Name of the array may be a. You can give here some another name also, and here size of the array is 6. So this is how you can declare a single dimensional array. Now when you want to initialize the array, then this is one way by which you can initialize it. So here actually no need to mention the size of the array, but you have to give the data type of the array, name of the array, and here you directly give the numbers that you are going to store in the array. So here we are giving the numbers from 1 to 10. So naturally your array size will be 10 only. So now remember that whenever the memory gets allocated to this array, then how it look like. So I will draw one simple diagram for showing the memory allocation for this single dimensional array. Now here you consider that this is array A having numbers which is going to store the numbers from 1 to 10. So actually it is a continuous memory allocation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay. So here are the numbers, that is the data that you want to store into your array, and the position or the indexes are given by a of 0, and you always remember that the array index always starts from 0 and it will end with n minus 1. So in this case our n or size of the array is 10. So total numbers are 0 to 9. So index will start from a of 0. Then that means when you refer a of 0, that means you are referring to this number 1. That is a 0th element of array A. Similarly, this is your a of 1, this is a of 2, this is a of 3, this is a of 4, this is a of 5, a of 6, a of 7, a of 8 and a of 9. So if you can see the indexes, it will start from 0 and end with a 9, and these are the numbers that you are actually going to store into the array. So this is how the memory is allocated, and here remember that you have defined it as an integer, and integer may take 2 or 4 bytes depending upon your machine or the compiler. So if you consider that the integer will take 2 bytes, then in this case total for every, this is one memory location represent 2 bytes, so 2 into 10, that means total 20 bytes are get allocated continuously for this array A when you define it as an integer. So this is what is the meaning of a initialization of array, and how the memory gets allocated for this int A whose numbers are from 1 to 10. Now let us discuss about the multi-dimensional array also. So in case of an multi-dimensional array, the declaration syntax is totally different, because now here it is referring to the multiple references, or in case of two-dimensional it is referring to the two references. So here best example as we have discussed is of matrix. So matrix is having basically two dimensions. One is a row and another is a column. So this is one of the example of multi-dimensional. So data type, again name and the size. But as it is a two-dimensional, the size will be given like this and not with only a single square bracket. Okay. So this int a 3 by 3, 3, it is actually representing an array A or integer array A of size 3 by 3. So this is very important. This is what is something different from your single dimensional array. Okay. So this is actually representing a matrix of size 3 by 3. And if you see the memory allocation, the arrangement of the elements in the two dimensional array, then it will look something like this. So now you have 3 by 3, so 1 2 3, 3 rows and 3 columns it is representing. So the first element represented by a of 0 0, which is representing row 0 and column 0. A01 is row 0 and column 1. A02 is row 0 column 2. Similarly here A1 column 0, that means first row and 0th column. Here it is 1 1, that is first row first column and first row second column. Similarly here second row 0th column, second row first column, second row second column. So this is how the arrangement of the elements in the two-dimensional array. And remember that whenever you are going to initialize this array, or whenever you want to see the memory allocation of this two-dimensional array, so now in that case let us see how the index will be represented by. So see, your first reference will be now a 0 0, and here if you can see the memory, okay, then your first element will be stored at this location. So if you are going to store say number 1 at this location, then it will be here. Then second will be now a 1 0, a 1 0, then a of 2 0. So here suppose you have to store say number 4, number 5, then next will be a of 0 1, then a of 1 1. So here if the number is 6, here say number is 10. So likewise you can store the different numbers. So this is what is the arrangement of the elements in the two-dimensional array. So this is what is the basic introduction of the array, its declaration and initialization of single dimensional array. And In short, I have explained the concept of two-dimensional array. So in my next video, now I am going to explain how to access the elements of the array in case of a single dimension.